Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you've become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama Strategy Session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama Strategy Session. If you struggle with negative thoughts, if you notice you're a negative Nancy in circumstances when things don't go your way, if you struggle thinking negative things about your husband, about your kids, and then noticing that it is contributing to more frustration and anger, boy, do I have a wonderful episode for you. If you're feeling like your kids make you yell or make you mad, if you're feeling more angry when you walk away and take a break, when you experience really triggering moments with your kids, when your kids just don't meet your expectations that you set for them, when you feel frustration and anger when things don't go your way, this episode, it is so good. I have so many great mindset shifts that will completely blow your mind. So this recording was pulled from a one-on-one coaching client of mine. We literally were having a coaching session and I just felt like it was so good that I had to just pull it out with her permission and put it in this episode because I know it's going to be so helpful for you. This is the type of episode that I kid you not, I need you to take out your journal and take notes. It is so powerful. It is so wonderful. You're going to want to save it. You're going to want to come back to it because it's that good. A lot of these mindset shifts I learned from my own mindset coach named Tessa Romero. I've mentioned her on this podcast before. She has a really great Instagram page. If you are on social media, you should totally follow her. I will give you a link in the show notes to go connect with her. I'm not on social media yet. When I log in through my desktop to check on Instagram, I always go and look at her stories and her feed because her stuff is so empowering and transformational. And I just want to give her a shout out because I learned so much from her and I'm implementing it into my everyday life. So I want to teach you these mindset shifts that are going to be so transformational and so helpful for you when you are at home with your kids. And actually, when things just don't go your way in life and circumstances, it's going to be so empowering and extremely helpful. All right, we start this conversation talking about victim mentality. Victim mentality is when you think everything is going against you. It's when you find yourself blaming, complaining, and justifying your actions, where you feel like it's everyone else's fault and you're the innocent one. And victim mentality wants you to stay innocent, and that is when sin is living in our heart. This is where the enemy is working in our mind, where he wants us to stay in victim mentality and blame our kids for making us mad, our kids for making us yell, and justifying our negative actions. So we start our conversation here and we end on also a really great note. That's a victim mentality. When you have a victim perspective, like, oh my gosh, this is happening to me, you feel defeated and out of control, right? And so I want you to challenge you a little bit. They're not doing this to you, they're just doing it. When you have the perspective, this is happening to me, you come from a victim mentality mode. You want to blame, complain, and justify your actions. It's their fault. They're not doing what I told them to do. You feel out of control, right? You want to blame. They made me yell. No one makes you yell. You choose to yell because you're responsible for your own actions. It's your choice to yell. Yes, you felt out of control, but you chose to yell. Your kids don't make you mad. You feel mad because of the thoughts that you think about your children in the circumstance. And that's a hard thing to swallow. It took me a long time to get there. You are responsible for your feelings, what you think about your kids. If you're thinking they're doing this to me, you feel more frustrated versus they're just doing it. And I can do something to help the circumstance and make things a little bit better.
Yeah.
One of the ways that we can shift a time like that is to do something unexpected, what your kids are not expecting. So maybe they're expecting for you to feel frustrated and to raise your voice. Maybe they're expecting for you to have like a stern tone, and that's an expectation. Well, kind of like a trick, I guess, like a something fun that you can try is to do something completely different. So I would take a moment to yourself to de-escalate and then say this to yourself. What I'm doing isn't working. What do I need to do differently to get my kids to cooperate?
Yeah.
Because obviously what you were doing wasn't working, right? So you got to do something different, and doing something completely different. Coming in and turning on a really fun song on Spotify and having like a dance party for like 5 minutes and inviting your kids in and just doing something like do something you would never do. Something that's almost kind of like completely out of your character that would actually push you out of your comfort zone, and do something completely silly and just something funny. That is, you're connecting with your kids. You're doing something funny. You're doing something unexpected. You're shifting the energy and the mood in your home. Tell me, do you think if your kids laughed along and danced with you for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, they're going to be like, oh, let's do another song. Do you think they would be more likely to cooperate after that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And that is hard to do when you feel really frustrated and tense. And that's why you need to remove yourself to de-escalate first and then have a plan ahead of time. What are you going to do differently?
It's so funny. Sometimes I get into trouble when I try to step away and calm myself down. Sometimes I get more angry, which I know it's what I'm thinking, but it's just like you just get stuck on, and then it's like I'm just sitting in my anger and it's just like stewing and stewing.
Yeah. So our mind has about 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are negative, and 95% of them are repeated day after day.
Oh my goodness.
So, in order for you to have an empowering thought, that takes a lot of intentionality,
Mm,
a lot. And that's what I'm teaching you to do
yeah.
here. Like things like, I can do this with them. This is my chance. What I'm doing isn't working. I can do something different. I'm going to send you a screenshot. I created this. Part of it was like from my coach that she did, but
Mm.
also I added some other ones. I have a screenshot of there's like, some words written here. And
Oh
one of them
yeah.
is like, I get to, this is like my chance. I get to do this. This is hard for him or her. Like, this is
Mm,
hard for my kids. So, like, when your kid is having a meltdown, like your daughter is having a hard moment,
mm,
this is hard for her. She's
mhm.
having a hard time, a perspective shift. This is something I can handle with God's help.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that you said, I wrote down here, you were saying that I can't handle it. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like I can't handle conflict with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you tell your mind that you can't do something, your mind is going to focus on that and be like, oh, yeah, you can't. Look at this.
Mm,
Versus with God's help, I can handle this.
yeah.
I can do this. This is hard, and I can do it with God's help. I can handle it. Another one is like, oh, might as well. I might as well just do it. When
Mm,
you see your kids, like you see that mess, you see something on the floor, oh, might as well just pick it up. This will only take a
yeah.
minute.
Mm,
Versus like, again, they're doing this. They're not, oh my gosh, they're leaving that mess. What
mm,
is that breeding? Okay. Is that
yeah.
helping you or is it serving you those thoughts or are they making things worse? I am given what I need. You are given what you need in order to become the person that you want to become.
Mm,
You're given opportunities with your children, with your husband, with circumstances. Those are opportunities for you to become the person that you want to become. I am given what I need. Even though my kids do XYZ, I will blank.
mm,
Even though my kids are not listening to me the first time I said it, I am willing to repeat myself and I will be playful and lighthearted to make things lighter. What are you going to do when your kids don't meet your expectations? This is my chance. That's a good one. This is more important than XYZ. When your child is having a meltdown and you're thinking of all the to-do lists to clean the bathroom, to put things away, and my child is more important. This is more important to go to your room and connect with your daughter and give her a hug. This is
mm,
more important than doing the dishes.
yeah.
This is more important. I'm willing to repeat myself. What are you willing to do? When things aren't going your way, what are you willing to do to adapt? Because you can either fight the reality and the circumstances, or you can choose to adapt and do things differently. It's up to you. Fighting
Yeah.
the reality creates frustration and anger.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working. It's not
Yeah.
leading you into becoming the person you want to become. Okay. Another big one that I learned from my coach is my calm is big enough to share. And that is like when your children are having a hard moment, when they're feeling afraid, when they're feeling upset about something. My calm is big enough to share. And think of it when we, as an adult, and even like from a faith based perspective, when we're going through something hard, like God invites us into his calm, right? He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't push us away, like, go deal with it. Come back to me when you're figured things out. He invites us into his calm. So my calm is big enough to share.
Yeah.
My calm is big enough to share. Another big one. Oh my gosh, you're gonna like this one. I've done that too. When your
Mm-hmm.
kids do something that really frustrates you, they spill that milk.
Mm-hmm.
They, oh my gosh, like they made a mess somewhere. They accidentally did something that they shouldn't have, or maybe they just forgot to put something away that they
Yeah.
should have.
Mm.
I've done that too. I've done that too.
Yeah.
When your husband says something or does something that you don't like, you know what? I've done that too.
Yeah. That's really helpful to like that's what I need to do is like be better at distracting or redirecting my own thoughts
Yeah.
and not be trapped because when I'm trying to de-escalate and I just tell myself, like just calm down or whatever, it's almost like my flesh just like rises up against it. Just like what we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about when we picked the I am things. Some things just are like triggering to you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need something to distract myself in those moments when I'm trying to calm down. So I like the putting your feet up on the wall, putting your legs
Mm-hmm.
that like is physically my body is doing something. So my mind naturally is going to be like, oh, we're doing something different,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just sitting there and stewing in
Mm-hmm.
in my anger.
Yeah.
And that statement, I've done that too. It's like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. We
Mm-hmm.
all do this,
Yeah.
It's easier to say that with some things than others, but I think
Yes.
that it helps in the moment.
Yeah, but start with the small stuff.
Yeah.
Start with the small stuff, and you can progress it to the bigger things. And the other last one I have on there is he's doing the best he can, or she's doing the best she can. Remember, your kids, with their emotions, with their attitude, they're doing the best they can to their mental and physical capacity at that moment. Just like when you are struggling right there and you had to walk away, you chose to walk away. I'm choosing to walk away, right?
Mhm.
When you are having a poor attitude, let's say with your husband or whatever, is it because you want to? Is it because you're struggling?
Yeah.
You're doing the best you can to your mental and physical capacity at that moment with everything that's going on, with all the stressors, with everything that you're dealing with. And your kids, they are little kids that have big feelings and
Yeah.
they have no idea how to deal with them. And
Yeah.
I'm teaching you as an adult how to deal with your thoughts and feelings. And they have no idea how to do that. And the cool thing, you get to teach that to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And
Hmm.
so these mindset shifts are so empowering. They are so helpful. And realizing that your kids are doing the best they can. And when you have that perspective that they're not doing this to me, they're just doing it. And
Yeah.
they're either having a hard time, they're doing the best they can in that moment to their mental and physical capacity. Are they like physically capable of getting up and doing the dishes? Yes. But I wonder what she was going through in that moment in her mind that was resisting it. How oftentimes can you physically do the dishes, but
Mhm.
you sit there and you're scrolling on your phone?
Yeah.
What are you going through right now in that moment that's the best that you can do?
Yeah.
You can physically get up, but you're mentally struggling for some reason,
Hmm.
right? And you as an adult can reflect on that and think it through, but a child can't do that. So I want you to see your children from a lens of compassion. And when you see it from that perspective, you will feel differently in a circumstance.
I think that would be a good way to start. Because there have been some days where it's like I am praying before I even open my door to walk out to the day. If we've had a rough patch or whatever, but I feel like that's a really good place a good mindset to start the day before the day even gets started is like just seeing through the lens of compassion.
Mhm.
I feel like that would help calm me down so that I'm not like looking for things to be hard and just be like, it's okay. They're just kids and
Mhm.
God made me their mom for a reason and I can handle it. So I feel like I'm going to try to do that.
All right. And I trust that you found this episode so extremely valuable and helpful. And if you did, would you do me a favor and actually share it with a friend? If you have a friend that is a mom of young kids and she ever shared with you that parenting feels a little bit hard and challenging, I would love for you to text this episode for her to learn these tools too, so she can feel supported and she doesn't feel stuck and hopeless in the circumstances that she has in with her kids. And I want to let you know, if you are ready to make changes in your life, if you're ready right now to break generational anger patterns and you're ready to do the work of what it takes to become the mom that your children need, if you're willing to do this work, my friend, and you want to have my support along the way, I want to invite you to book a consultation call with me. I have a 12-week coaching program, which is a step-by-step process for you to break harmful reactive anger patterns and cultivate a peaceful and calm home. If you find yourself constantly reacting with your kids, yelling, raising your voice, saying things that you regret, and you find yourself being one way at church and in public, and then a completely different person at home, then I want to let you know that there is hope for you and I can help you change. God has put me on this path to support you, to break your harmful anger patterns, so you can create a positive legacy for your children, so you can create a close relationship and don't have all this constant tension with them of yelling and screaming and raising your voice and just saying mean things. If you want to be kind and loving and lighthearted and grounded and stable for your family, I want to invite you to book a consultation call with me. On this call, you and I just have a conversation of where you are right now, what you've tried that hasn't helped, what your dreams are, what your goals are. And if I feel like my program is the right fit for you, we will discuss about the next step about enrolling into my coaching program. This consultation is completely free. This is just to help you on this journey. I want to help you. And if you want my help, book a consultation call using the link in the show notes. Until next time, my friend. Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.